piggy bank of Norway that, you know, will support the future generations. Another video. So in this video, I will discuss to you about why Norwegians are very different from the rest of the world in these times of corona pandemic. So okay, I will give some insight about how it is going here in Norway. Just want to remind you guys that the topic I'm going to discuss is like purely based on my own observation, opinion. As we all knew, it's more than a month of lockdown and quarantine. Wherever you are, hope that you are healthy and doing good. And you know, despite of this crisis, we all knew that every country on earth is affected by this lockdown, by this pandemic. So here, what I noticed here in Norway during the past month of this ongoing lockdown, quarantine, and this, you know, corona crisis. For me, I think Norway is different from the rest of the world because if you go to the supermarkets, to the grocery stores, they have enough supply of toilet papers. That's the number one thing I actually noticed here in Norway. You know, like, during those lockdown and quarantine starts, people all over the world, we knew that start to go crazy and do panic buying and all this, you know, media news are very toxic. We are kind of like making us scared. Everywhere became so toxic. Meanwhile, here in Norway, during this time of pandemic, if you go to a grocery store or a supermarket, they have enough supplies of basic needs for everybody, like bread, cheese, meats, salads, fruits, vegetables, pasta, and even rice, of course. And they also have enough supply of Asian food. You know why? It's because people don't have to hoard stuff that they don't need. I actually learned this from my Norwegian husband, and I mean, he always telling me and reminding me that you don't have to worry or do some panic buying during this pandemic. The grocery store will be open from Monday to Saturday. There are some stores here in Norway that are also open on Sunday. So people of Norway, we don't have to panic or hoard. I mean, that's what I noticed the past months, the past few weeks being on a lockdown. Because as you know, I came from other country where there are lots of calamities, and I kind of adopt this panic buying attitude. And you know, I also noticed when I visit the grocery this one time during the ongoing lockdown quarantines and yeah, the pandemic, we have to stay home. I saw this one family, the parents with their one kid, they're doing the grocery during the virus outbreak. They only bought one bread, one pack of cheese, and this one pack of chocolate milk for their kid. So from that moment, I realized that people here in Norway are very different from the rest of the world because they still get their kids outside, you know, and playing. The second that I think why Norway and Norwegian are very different from the rest of the world is because they have this trillion oil funds, like wealth fund for the future. Imagine why Norway is such a very expensive country. Well, because they are a very rich country. They are one of a hell rich country. And we knew that the economics are really going down right now. Like business are closed, all establishments are closed, and many people, of course, lost their jobs during these times. And I don't have that much knowledge about this trillion funds here in Norway. But one thing is for sure, that your future is secure when you are here in Norway. And the very one thing that is really sure is like it's this oil trillion oil fund is like a jumbo piggy bank of Norway that, you know, will support the future generations. And the other thing that I noticed why Norway is different from the rest of the world is, you know, they don't wear masks here if you go outside public. I never saw people here wearing masks, like the face masks, when they're going outside, except for most Asian people. They love to wear masks when going outside, especially now. But if you knew you came from other country or from a vacation and you are sick, you have like symptoms of the virus, people here are very responsible enough to self-quarantine. That's why they don't have to be told what they have to do. And the other one thing that I noticed is, you know, people here in Norway, they don't really blame the government for losing their jobs or for the corona rules that they are, you know, because mostly people are complaining. There are a few people who complain about the rules here in Norway and some other stuff, but they don't find someone to blame. You know why? Because I think and I know that mutual trust and respect is very valuable here in Norway. And the last thing that I noticed why Norway is different from the rest of the world is because they have a great hygiene even before the pandemic. And you know, even if you visit a grocery store or other establishment, they always have these reminders, advertisement about what are the basic things you should do this time of pandemic. People care so much for each other, and you know, you will see free alcohol, gloves, wipes, unattended in a grocery store. When you enter a grocery store, they have this poster inside, and when you enter, it's like still there. But meanwhile, in other countries, these little things like alcohol, wipes, free gloves are being stolen. And you know, because people are basically hoarding for masks and alcohol. I mean, Norway have the best hygiene. And also, I forgot to mention that Norway also launched this new app called Smittestop, or like virus stop, basically something like that, you know, which you can download it on Android and iOS. This app is a coronavirus tracker, which when you go outside on the public and encounter an infected person, you know, the app will notify you right away by SMS that you encounter these people. It really helps, I think, because they can track people and they knew how much are like infected. And of course, people will not worry so much going outside because they have this also an app. I'm also using this app, so I think it's a really big help, and you should also download it if you're living here in Norway. And so I think that will be for today. Just comment down below what is your thoughts about this thing. You can also share what is the ongoing situation where you are living right now. Remember to stay safe, stay home, and always think positive. And of course, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Nico Wonderlust. Click the bell button to get more video updates. You can also share this video to your friends and loved ones and family. Spread some love. Have a great day. Thank you for watching. Bye!